Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Da Mafia Live. Look at that, guys. I am moving up in the world. I have a boom arm now, okay? Because I've had quite a few people that would come in here and say, Dan, we can't hear shit. We can never hear what you have to say. But now I have this mic following me wherever I go. As many of you know, I have an undiagnosed case of ADHD, so I like to move around quite a bit, all right? And my mic doesn't always like to follow. So, for example, if I want to go on ahead and just sit on back, lay down, absolutely be perplexed by something that I see in the comment section, now the audio is going to be following me wherever I go. And that is a wonderful thing. I am upgrading because of you fools. All right. I need to give you nothing but quality content. And if that means consistent audio, that's what the hell I am going to do. Smash that like button immediately, folks. All right. There's no excuse. We have to get 100 likes each and every single stream, bar none, no excuse. Hit that thumbs up sign for me and introduce yourself in the chat. Go on ahead, roll call in the chat. Let me know where you were tuning in from. I'm always curious to see where everybody is currently located. How far does Bills Mafia truly extend? Shout out to all the Lions fans in the chat as well. I'm sure you have discovered me through my various videos that I've put out on the internet. And or my collab with Dose of Dion yesterday when it came into it. So please roll call in the chat. Let us know where you were tuning in from today. We are going to be unpacking all of the hot takes that you guys ended up giving me over on X. If you haven't had an opportunity of doing so far, certainly follow me on X. That's where you'll be able to have your hot takes featured on this exact same episode, man. So this is a beautiful thing. We have Carolina colors on my hat. Funny enough, I went to this college. It was called Coastal Carolina University. By no stretch of the imagination, the Harvard of the East Coast. It was practically a party school. I was a frat guy. Surprise, surprise. But yes, most definitely. I am repping my alma mater today, throwing the hat up there, making it happen. Oh my God. We have Mr. Knickerbocker is coming on in. Sup? What's up, dude? Hope all is well. As a Lions fan, I truly think Josh Allen should get MVP. DD Dunk is coming on in. I'm going to tell you what, man. I genuinely believe that his MVP campaign is solely going to be depending on how he plays on Sunday. If he can go out there and put up a performance like he did this previous Sunday, then I think it's all but locked for him. But say that he goes out there and like lays an egg or like puts out an absolute stinker, then I think it could potentially end up going over to Saquon Barkley. However, that's not even remotely the closest thing that concerns me about this game. It's very much this Buffalo Bills defense. However, as a Bills fan, I am hoping that we can just go on ahead and make the adjustments that we had to. Who the hell was watching that fucking Rams game last night, huh? Who else was pissed off that we saw the Rams go out there, as Red, White, and Bills eloquently pointed out, they punted the first 7 times and exclusively field goals, right? Matthew Stafford went out there looking like a damn junior varsity quarterback. He looked like he left it all out on the field against Buffalo, made some sort of deal with some dark entity to only play well against the Buffalo Bills, and he left it all out on the field. Both of those teams looked like absolute hot garbage, making it even more upsetting that the Buffalo Bills ended up losing that game, man, especially after we beat the shit out of the San Francisco 49ers a couple of weeks ago. That is more than interesting. But, folks, please do me a favor. Sound off in the chat right now. Roll call. Let's get it going. We have my guy Pugsley in the chat, man. He's a Lions fan. He always comes in. He always shows a little bit of love. Here he is. We have Algonac, Michigan. What is going on, man? Hope all is well. Are you familiar with Flushing, Michigan, by chance? Are you familiar with Flushing, Michigan? That's actually something a little close to home for me. I have some family out there. Look at that. Sports Illustrated is named Josh Allen, the player of the year for 2024 in the NFL. Now, it's not the MVP, and I'm actually even more curious to see how that aligns with previous MVP award winners and if they also shared that cover on Sports Illustrated. Fantastic. It's nice. I'm sure he's going to frame it and put it in his man cave at this point. But at the end of the day, we want more, right, Scott? We want more. We want that damn MVP for our QB. More importantly, we want to make some noise in the damn playoffs. And let me tell you what, if there is any preview of how we can expect this team to play in the playoffs, it's going to have to be against the Detroit Lions on Sunday. So we are going to have to see how we do it. I'm glad I didn't put together a parlay for last night's game. Me too, dude. Me too. I was close. I did actually end up taking the Rams plus points, though. I did take the Rams against the spread. That luckily ended up converting, which was ideal. Tampa Bay, Florida, Bills Mafia Mania is in the chat. Guys, roll call in the chat right now. Let me know where you're tuning in. Smash that like button as well as we come on in. So, fun fact. Yesterday I ended up putting out something on X. I posted something on X, right? And I'm not sure if you guys ended up seeing this, but I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there real fast and show you what I ended up doing. Okay. I put out this tweet. I put out this bad boy right here. Let me see. Where is it? Where was it, dude? Where did I put this tweet? Let me see. Anyway, so I ended up putting Khalil Shakir is going to have a day on Sunday. He is lining up against Amik Robertson, who has a 52.4 PFF coverage grade. And I anticipate Khalil Shakir to absolutely go off. I'm taking the over on everything that he is doing. And unbeknownst to myself, I was getting DMs all over Instagram, all over X, being like, damn, check your mentions real fast. Check your quote tweets. What ended up happening here? And Amik Robertson actually ended up quote tweeting that and said, good luck, dot, 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 dot. So my guy over here, he is very upset with my take. He is very upset with my take that I am under the impression that Khalil Shakir is about to go off. A lot of Lions fans are just like, why don't you ask Jaden Reed from last week? Reed hasn't had more than 7 targets since week 4. All right. Shakir has averages about 7 targets going into it. Massive size advantage on Khalil Shakir's side. He's 6'1", and Amik is about 5'8". Same thing when it comes into Shakir. He is impossible to tackle. And while Amik is solid, listen, I have to give credit where credit is due. And Amik Robertson is wonderful against the run game, right? A couple of forced fumbles on the game, but coverage he is lacking. So while Amik Robertson over here seems to be taking this personally, I sincerely hope that Khalil Shakir has seen this as well, because by God, all right, I need my boy to go out there and absolutely go insane. Flushing is just outside of Flint. I'm outside of Port Huron, so I'm only an hour and a half away from Flushing, Michigan. Interesting. Look at that, man. Small world when it comes into it. Pretty weird. LA just made 12 points versus San Francisco. They left it all out on the field, and it was wildly frustrating, but here we are. Red, White, and Bills is coming in. Great, Dan. Now he's going to have motivation to lock him up. That's what people have been telling me. But then what I've been trying to tell myself is that I'm distracting him from film. You know what I'm saying? I want to test how mentally strong my guy is, right? Like when they end up coming, or when people face adversity, they either let it consume them, and I have gotten into his head. I mean, listen, say what you want. The couple of minutes that it took him to read this, get angry, and tweet it out, folks, that was me taking him away from his preparations. I may have distracted Amik Robertson for about 20 to 30 minutes in his film preparation. All right. And who knows? Maybe 30 minutes is the key, is the absolute key. And then my guy, he saw it. He saw it, dude. I see it. My guy. Listen, man, you go out there and you absolutely burn that fool. All right. I'm going to need you to burn my guy over here, bro, because I have went to bat for you at the end of the day. He can't lock me up. Absolutely, Khalil Shakir. I totally get that. Shakir is deadly all over the field. 51-yard touchdown last week. We have Joe. Your defense is shit. And McDermott can't match Campbell's aggressiveness. So here's the deal. I honestly think that you're looking at our last performance as an anomaly. And the one thing that I feel that I'm almost wanting to give advice to is certainly don't underestimate this team. There's been several occasions where we have held teams to about 10 points. We've done about 5 times already. We're still top 10 in the league for points allowed, like at this point. And the Buffalo Bills, on average, take away the football 2 times per game. So, yes, was it a shit performance this past Sunday? Absolutely. But Sean McDermott typically has at least 1 or 2 of those performances each and every single year, but never back-to-back games. We still have a very solid secondary. I like the way that a lot of our guys are matching up. We have the ability to at least clamp up the run if we want to. But the one thing that stands out about this Buffalo Bills team is that we take the football away. So if this Buffalo Bills team, even if they allow this Lions team to gash us up front on the ground, have to be careful, because this team is known absolutely known for picking up turnovers. And I think that is going to be the key difference between this Buffalo Bills and Lions game coming on up. Full transparency. Again, I I do want to remind all Lions fans in here, right, that I am trolling. Okay. I think you are a very good team. I am equally as nervous about this game as I am sure Lions fans are nervous about this game as well. It's the two most high powered offenses in the NFL as far as points per game. Uh, but honestly, hear me out. The key differentiator, the team that wins this football game is going to be who wins the turnover battle, and more importantly, time of possession. So let's see how that plays out. Let's see how that plays out, man. Why is everyone underestimating Detroit? People still believing we are the same old Lions. We are certainly not at all. Here's something that took me a while to understand: a winning culture surrounding my favorite football team, right? Like when the Bills started to be good, a lot of people, like a lot of haters started coming on out, right? And I wasn't used to it. I thought that it was disrespect. I thought that it was people are sleeping on the Buffalo Bills. But in all reality, Pugsley, really what it was that people were scared, right? And people don't talk shit about teams that are dumpster fires. I'm not sure. Maybe you remember back when Detroit had those 2 or 3 win seasons, 4 or 5. Y'all were the laughing stock of the league. No one really talked shit about the Detroit Lions, right? Because it was like a sick puppy. They're like, oh, nah, I'm not going to disrespect these guys. The second you start getting haters, my friend, is the second you know that your team has something good going on right now, baby. That's what it was a long time where the Buffalo Bills, I had a hard time adjusting to it. But then I finally started to understand. If the Buffalo Bills were truly bad, or the Buffalo Bills were not a threat, or if people were truly not scared of the Buffalo Bills, then nobody would be saying anything. So something, it I'd say it took me about 2 to 3 years to really realize that and understand. It's better to have haters than to not have haters. I don't hate the Bills only for this weekend. Joe Brennan, absolutely. I do not hate the Lions either. I have always had a soft spot in my heart for the Detroit Lions my entire life because I am under the belief that every team located on Lake Erie is cursed. And I really hope that one of us can break that said curse. I empathize with Lions fans. I have known nothing but pain myself, man. I grew up in the damn trenches, baby. I grew up in the damn drought of the Buffalo Bills, bum ass quarterbacks, bum ass head coaches. And I know that you can probably empathize with me as well. So we are all here. Pugsley is coming on. And can Buffalo play in the loudness of the Lions then? Because we can be loud and make teams mess up. Yeah, man. I mean, listen, we have had several litmus tests so far, right? So we have played in Seattle. That is what they say is the loudest stadium in the NFL. We have won games in Arrowhead before, unfortunately, exclusively in the regular season, which is also one of the loudest stadiums in the NFL as well. Um, I'll tell you what, it's funny because Josh Allen always brings his damn best when he is on the road against a formidable opponent. And he is particularly very good when he plays in domes. So I have a feeling that he's going to be able to have this team ready to go. Plus, I also think that it benefits the Buffalo Bills for losing this past week because now we kind of have like a pissed off like sense to us, right? Like we're just like, okay, we can't let this shit happen. Like we see Kansas City over here winning by like fucking having the best luck on the face of the planet. We want that 1 seed still, right? Or like we still want a favorable 2nd seed if possible. It helps out that the Steelers, of course, are playing the Philadelphia Eagles this weekend as well. So perhaps it wouldn't be as difficult if, unfortunately, we do drop to the Lions because nothing would change. We would still have that 2nd seed. But for the sake of me feeling better about this squad going into the playoffs, I'm going to have to see this Buffalo Bills team be competitive. And I need to see a win, right? Because what I can say, shit, Sean McDermott, he has this nasty narrative around him, right? That when it matters most, he can't win close games. And nothing more I would like is just for Sean McDermott to go out there and win a close game. Like win a close one, man. Like win one game-winning drive. Don't fuck up clock management. March down the field and make it happen, right? Like I feel like there's things that I need to see from this squad. Because I'll tell you what, we have no wins in overtime with Josh Allen. We haven't had a win in overtime since snow game against Indianapolis. And I want to say that was 2017, the year before Josh Allen, which made it even crazier. Douglas didn't practice all week with a knee injury. Taylor Rapp didn't practice all week with his neck and shoulder injury. Prediction for the score. We have Scott coming in. Great question. I have a pretty good theory that we are going to be seeing Ingram as the opposing corner. And so I know a lot of people want Elam out there, but I just don't think Elam's going to be out there. I feel like Sean McDermott has made that clear that he is not their guy. And then I also have a funny feeling because Hamlin also was listed as do not practice yesterday. Although that practice was canceled entirely, I think it was them just assuming if or when he would have in the first place. I could potentially see Micah Hyde being elevated, filling in for Damar Hamlin. And then I could also see Cole Bishop being activated as strong safety, which is going to be interesting because we have an absolute geriatric out there at the free safety position. And we have a rookie. And the last time we had the rookie out there with some meaningful snaps, he got burned by Nico Collins for a 70 to 80-yard touchdown, right? It has to be a schematic win. It has to be a schematic win. There's really no questions about it. Dan, what are your thoughts on Miami releasing Odell Beckham Jr.? He sucks. He sucks. I'm sorry. So maybe Lions fans will agree with me at this point. He needs to hang up the cleats. He needs to hang up the cleats. He is not a good football player anymore. I would argue he was one of the most overrated wide receivers in the NFL, in the history of the NFL. Just one really cool catch back in the 1800s is what we ended up seeing from Odell. I saw that he was released. I think a team will pick him up. If I'm a gambling man, I think it's either going to be Houston will pick him up, maybe the Broncos, and maybe the Chargers. I think those are the three places that make the most sense, if you were to ask me. If Amik goes off, I am blaming Dan Brent Perigio. Listen, man, Brent, like I was telling you, bro, a lot of people are trying to say, Dan, like you really pissed him off. You motivated him. But let's think about this deeper, right, dude? He was supposed to be prepping for the Buffalo Bills, right? Like he was supposed to be watching film. Your boy Dan Mitchell ended up taking him away from film for about a half hour. What if that half hour he spent getting pissed off at Dan Mitchell's X post, okay? Where he should have been watching film on Khalil Shakir. He's going to go off. And look at this. I promise you, Khalil Shakir saw this shit too. He was like, all right, dog, bet. I promise you that was going through his head. Zero questions asked at the end of the day. We got Pugsley in here. I like Pugsley. He's the man. Solid Lions fan. Shout out to all the Lions fans in the chat. I really appreciate that. Question, did y'all discover me through Dose of Dion 2.0 or was it something else? Because I see quite a few. In fact, all right, listen, Lions fans, please let yourselves be known in the chat. Who are you? And are you representing your team up in here? Bills are a good team. They certainly are. We have D-Dunk. It would be a great Super Bowl matchup. I can see it being a preview, to be completely honest with you. That's kind of where we're at real fast. I think that Rasul, Rapp, and Hamlin will all practice today. We're going to find out, right? Like, I am going to be breaking down what we learned from practice and the final injury report for the Buffalo Bills here momentarily, which should be a pretty solid situation right there. So let's go ahead and make that work. We have Brandon Day. Worst case scenario, we lose. Then we win 7 straight again. Go Bills. You heard it here first. Brandon Day, following history. All right. Last time we lost 2 in a row. What happened, Bills Mafia? We won 7 in a row. And what is left? 7 games would have to be a Super Bowl, which would be absolutely insane. Don't worry about Amik. I understand it now. Look at that, dude. That's my guy. It's my guy Khalil Shakir's in the chat. He's killing it. We don't need Poyer or want Poyer back. We have Katie Robertson coming in. If Robertson wasn't going to try to go off against Shakir before Dan's tweets, that's a bigger issue. He shouldn't need motivation to do his job. Katie, please speak that into existence. I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that. I love Shakir. So do I, Raymond. You have no idea. Dan, does Dion usually do research before he debates? I was not impressed last night. He does. Listen, I love Dose of Dion. I really, really do. As soon as when he said that offensive line thing, I was like, what? But no. He is the man. He is probably one of the smartest guys I've ever met as far as college players, as far as draft. He is brilliant. And he also knows the Lions front and back of his hand. He definitely does. I think that was just a gaffe. And make no mistake, listen, bro, like I have said things like that before where I mentioned something about a team that was completely wrong. And I have had that. But Troy is one of the most talented in the game. Trust me. It was just a gaffe, and I did let him hear it. I did let him hear it. You know what I mean? I would like Hyde to play if Rap can't go. So the thing is that Hyde and Rap play two different positions, right? Hyde's more of a free safety. Rap's obviously a strong safety. So if we were to look at positions, like having him play his true position, he would need to fill in for Damar Hamlin if Damar can't go, right? He's on the practice squad for a reason. He can be elevated for 3 games this year. I wonder if we're going to elevate him for this game against the Detroit Lions. But as far as a replacement for Taylor Rapp, it's going to be Cole Bishop first, since that is more of his true position, if you will. Lions are always motivated. LOL. Absolutely. No extra motivation over here, baby. I think the Chiefs will sign OBJ and ball out with the Chiefs and make you eat your words about you calling OBJ overrated. That is a Chiefs move right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is a Chiefs move. That is also a potential landing spot for the wide receiver that I just so happen to call washed. All right, we're going to have to see. Will Keon Coleman play on Sunday? Asking for a friend who has him on my fantasy team. LOL. He will. He definitely will. He has been a full participant for the past 2 weeks. I do not see a world where he is not activated. I think Dalton Kincaid is more of like a question mark, but I have a gut feeling that both Keon and same thing with Dalton Kincaid will be activated. Keon, so here's the deal, right? So when I look at the matchups as far as receivers, we have Khalil Shakir. He's going up against Amik Robertson, so that's obviously out of the slot. And then how our wide receivers typically line up, we're going to see Amari Cooper against Terrion Arnold, but then we're going to have Keon Coleman right against your CB1, like right against your number 1 corner, right within Carlton Davis. So he is a stud, right? Like he's the best secondary player I think you have on that squad by itself. So considering the fact that Keon is going to be fresh back since a couple of weeks, I'm not necessarily sure that dude's going to be getting a lot of targets. I could be wrong. It would be ideal if he goes out there. He was targeted like 8 times, 6 receptions, and he goes out there and mosses Davis. That would be insane. But I think we're going to ease him back a little bit. I think as far as our receivers are concerned, watch for Shakir to get a hell of a lot of targets. Watch for Amari Cooper, in my opinion, to be second overall in the pass game. And then next up would probably be like Dawson Knox and or Dalton Kincaid. I would be shocked if Keon Coleman, like, I would say finishes top 3 in targets. Like, we can go ahead and just put it out that way. But I don't even know. Look at that. 209 of you in here already. We have 131 on YouTube. We have 77 of you on X. Folks, do me a favor. Smash that like button. I know for damn sure 100 have not been hit. It is the easiest way to support what I am doing over here. Just hit that thumbs up sign for me. Let's propel this out to the YouTube universe. I know that we can get it done. Damn, baby. I'm feeling it right now. And reminder as well, folks, 40,000 subscribers is the goal by the end of the regular season. We have about 7,000 left until we end up getting it done. So let's go on ahead and make that happen. Now, what I do want to do, folks, is I have to give a giant shout out to Picasso's Pizza. And let me tell you what, everyone always asks me, Dan, how would you describe Buffalo pizza? I would say that it's pretty similar to Detroit style pizza, right? But it has its own interesting twist. And if you want to try it out yourself and you're not in Buffalo, Picasso's is actually delivering pizza to your front doorstep, regardless of where you are within the continental United States. All you need to do is just go to their website, which is currently listed in my description. And as you can see, nice little Christmas promo. Give the gift of flavor, right, folks? Go there, hit nationwide shipping, and use code PARADE for 20% off. You already know. Shout out to Picasso's Pizza for supporting the channel. Plus, 4 great locations in the Western New York area. You don't want to miss out on that. Hey, Dan, what do you think will be our lead receiver this game? Jeffrey, I am going to say and assume it's going to be Khalil Shakir. I do. As far as targets right in the receiving game, give me Khalil Shakir number 1, then give me Amari Cooper, and then give me Dawson Knox. and then maybe a couple for Kincaid, a couple for Keon Coleman. I would be happy to be wrong, but just based off of how I think they want to play this Keon Coleman and Dalton Kincaid scenario, I think history suggests that they are going to like ease them back in. But hey, listen, if I'm wrong, I'm absolutely just going nuts. I'm going to be freaking out. And I have something special for you guys as well. Um, game time. Game time. All right. During my live game reaction, have y'all ever seen like one of those punching bags that like has like a dude, like a rubber dude on there? It's called a bob, right? Okay. I ended up taking this, I'm not going to lie to you, from my good friend Chef Say. He is a Cleveland Browns YouTuber, has this punching bag that's behind him. It's like this dude, right? Like it's like like some rubber dude, right? Obviously, a lot of the times when I watch Buffalo Bills games, I get excited, all right? And I just need to punch something. I am putting a punching bag behind me during my live game reaction, and that is going to be my therapy. I am going to go on ahead and punch the shit out of that thing if Buffalo does something to excite me, either positively or negatively. I am very excited to unpack all of that. So that's going to be a damn good time, and I think that that's going to make even for a better show. We have Glenn coming in saying this weekend is going to be huge for playoff implications. I totally agree, Glenn. I totally agree. I'm not going to lie to you. If, for example, we end up dropping to the Lions, we better hope and pray that Philadelphia just hangs up an absolutely hands Pittsburgh an embarrassing L this Sunday as well. I think that's where it is, because currently where we stand, we're still in the second seed, and we're gonna have to figure it out. But I would still absolutely love to make that happen. Picasso's is really good pizza. Always a pizza stop when I am in Buffalo. Pugsley Parr, he's up in there, man. He's doing his thing. He's my favorite Lions fan. I am almost convinced of that. Niners-Rams game last night was boring as shit. I feel bad for the 49ers. I was pissed off about that Rams game last night. How the hell them fools going to go out there, all right, and only put up 9 points when they ended up scoring more points than they have since 2021 against us on the Sunday before? That's just the Buffalo Bills' damn luck. Am I right? Am I right? But anyway, here's the thing, folks. I ended up taking to X. I highly recommend you follow me over here in case you ever want to be included or featured on my live streams. But I did ask quite a few people. I said, give me your hot takes for the Bills versus the Detroit Lions game. I will be featuring the best ones on the stream in 45 minutes. Obviously, I posted that about an hour ago. So we are going to go through each and every single one of these. And if you have any fiery hot takes in the chat, please let me know, because this game is highly anticipated. I think all of us can agree here. Moving on. First hot take. Good God. So this is my buddy Cole. He is a Chiefs YouTuber. He's a massive Chiefs YouTuber. I think he has like 200,000 subscribers. He comes in and says, Josh Allen throws 5 interceptions. I said, damn it, Cole. What do you mean right there? TJ says, if 6 touchdowns loses the game, maybe 5 INTs wins it. That is actually hysterical, because Jared Goff did ultimately end up leading his team to a victory while throwing 5 interceptions against the Houston Texans not too long ago. That was absolutely hysterical. Jared Goff and co. somehow figured it out when throwing 5 interceptions, so you never know. Holy crap, I forgot about that game. This is the weirdest NFL season in a while. Yeah, that's why I specifically said 5. Just messing around about the Lions 5-NT game and Texans. That's just standard Jameis Winston winning box score. Absolutely. That's all. That is all it's ever been, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to Cole for coming on in and showing a little bit of love and putting out that blasphemy in the chat. I really can't even see that. Jordan, you did not even mention the Chargers and or the Bucks. Absolutely. Bobby is coming in saying, will the P bag have McDermott's face on it? LOL. Bobby, this is what I'm thinking. So I'm thinking about putting like a referee jersey on it, right? And then maybe like a Santa hat for holiday cheer. But yeah, we don't know. I think having a referee shirt on the punching bag would be absolutely hysterical. I'm just trying to make sure that this show is as entertaining for you as it is for me doing it. So again, investing in when we can make it happen. Bass will win us the game with another 60-plus yard kick. Williams coming in with a fiery hot take right now. That is absolutely insane. All right, Bills Outlet is coming in. Let's read this absolute beauty right here. Bills D-line has a day, holding both Gibbs and Montgomery to under 50 rushing yards while sacking Goff 3+ times. Hot motherfucking take right there, ladies and gentlemen. This Lions offensive line has actually been exceeding expectations. Still a lot of talent on that line, right? Obviously, Sewell is one of the best offensive linemen in the game, solid interior. So if we are able to sack Jared Goff 3+ times, I will be going absolutely insane. He's only been sacked 26 times so far this season. And let me tell you what, when you have a team that is such a threat on the ground, particularly within their running backs, a lot of the times you open up a lot of opportunities for your wide receivers to really gain separation because teams, quite frankly, don't know what you are going to do. So, Goff, if you guys remember, he's holding on to the ball for about 2.6 seconds on average. Okay. It's going to be key for us to get pressure. But what about our defensive line for the past couple of weeks has given us faith that we can get home? We're still getting pressures, right? Like last week, surprisingly enough, I know a lot of you won't believe me when I say this, but we did get 8 pressures against Matthew Stafford. We just didn't get home. And that's very important. Have to get home against Jared Goff. He's not a mobile guy, so no excuses there. No, Poyer has lost a step this year. Miami will need 2 more safeties next year. Holland and Poyer will be gone. It's funny that is the fall off of Holland has been absolutely crazy. It must be studied. What do I say to them on Sunday? Hold up, let me see what this is. What if I may know some person who is a Bills hater, Bills fans coming in saying, what do I say to them on Sunday? Oh, man, listen. Well, so I'll tell you what. Let's see how the game ultimately ends up turning out and follow up with me during my live play-by-play reaction at the conclusion. If the Buffalo Bills win, then I will come back with some fiery hot comebacks that will completely embarrass your Bills hater friend / acquaintance. I don't think Buffalo can stop Sonic and Knuckles, but Buffalo can probably lock down the pass game. I mean, listen, there's been several times where Buffalo has just been like, you know what? Run the football all over us, right? Like, run it all over us, right? And we just rely and cross our fingers and hope that, number one, we can go shot for each and every single offensive opportunity that we have. And then we rely on turnovers, right? I'm not saying that that's the best strategy, but that's what we do. That's what we do. And Glenn always points us out. See, Glenn, I'm shouting you out for this. Glenn, I'm shouting you out for this, my friend. He said time of possession is going to be absolutely massive. Whoever wins time of possession wins this game ultimately at the end of the day. Shout out Glenn. See, Glenn, I'm growing. All right. Red, White, and Bills is coming on in. Am I a hater or is calling them Sonic and Knuckles the lamest thing I have ever heard? Oh, dude. Oh, man. It's my guy, Sean. He's sipping that haterade this morning. I love it. I love it, though. I love it, man. You keep on sipping that haterade, man. It's game time. We already know what it's all about. And we usually do well. Look at that. 43-40 Bills. Walter R. is coming on in. But back to the hot take. Bills D-line has a day, holding both Gibbs and Montgomery to under 50 rushing yards while sacking Goff 3+ times. I'm not particularly sure about that. And Katie Robertson is in the chat. Look at that. She ended up putting something out on X for us to react to and was the proud winner of a Josh Allen rookie card a couple of weeks ago. Katie, I certainly hope that was mailed to your front doorstep. You have it in your possession. I hope you are enjoying it. And I hope eventually it pays for your future kids' college tuition. However, I do believe she's still in the chat, and she says, Bills defense comes out swinging with a turnover on the Lions the first drive. If you want to talk about me beating the shit out of that damn punching bag, if that's the first thing that I see, damn. Absolutely, my friends. Absolutely. You have no idea. If we can set the damn tone, if we want people to crawl back and just be like, holy shit, this Bills defense is a liability, and we go out there and there's a Christian Benford tipped interception right into the hands of Terrell Bernard, you best believe I'm about to be going absolutely nuts. I would love that. That's a damn hot take if I've seen one or not. Look at that, baby. Moving on. Madlaw is coming in. Oh, no. Madlaw is predicting a loss. Lions 34, Bills 24, panic in Bills Mafia. We win the final 3, but struggle against lesser opponents. Win round 1 at home, lose in the next round again. Hope I am wrong. Madlaw is predicting the same story we have seen for the past couple of years. Losing in the divisional round. All right. And this, unfortunately, is the first negative domino to fall. Not something that I want to see by any stretch of the imagination. But Madlaw, man. Come on, Madlaw. Hey, Madlaw, if you are watching, don't be putting that damn energy out there, man. I can't be having that. There's no way. Bills have a 70+ yard pick 6 in the second half. Shorter season. Imagine, first drive pick, and a second half 70-plus yard interception at the end of the day. I would be more than happy about that. Also, what I know about Sonic and Knuckles is they drop coins, and I gotta goof a little, Pugsley. They are a elite tandem. Absolutely, they are. They are. Listen, we're just having a little bit of fun. That's it. That's it. Every game's Bills lost this year. They lost time of possession. Only game they lost time of possession one was against Miami, and that game was like a 2-minute difference. So it sounds like the Buffalo Bills need to go on ahead and get their run game going a little bit. Some James Cook, some Ray Davis. I saw Ray Davis out there enjoying himself at the Sabres game as much as somebody could enjoy themselves at a Sabres game. That fucking disappointment of a professional hockey organization. But if he can go out there and keep that energy, go on into Detroit and make some moves, I'm going to be a happy guy. We already know how that is. This game is too hyped up, making it all the better for Buffalo. We have Jordan Smith, who is reporting about Micah Hyde and Kareem Jackson. I haven't seen anything. We can go back to the hot takes here in a hot second. But now I'm curious. Yeah, let's see if we have anything real fast. All right, Mark, where the bell notifications at? Come on, baby, talk to me. Surprise is some birthday cake. Wow. Okay. Anyway, let's go on ahead. Let's go ahead and hit this Bills list real fast and see what we got to talk about. Bills beat is coming on in saying Bills Lions. There will be points. Let's get you ready for that. Joe Biscagula. Shout out to Joe. Let me see what on the menu. Bills Mafia Fulls in tailgates. Trying to see what else we have here. Not seeing a lot of updates as of now. I know that we'll get the final injury report later this afternoon, but we're going to have to see. We're going to go back and we're going to get back to these hot takes real fast because damn, did we get some hotties, baby. Some absolutely hotties. All right, we have Common Sense Sports is coming on in. And let me know how you guys are feeling about this. 34-27 Bills come up short, which leads to the start of a run to the Super Bowl. Common Sense Sports, listen, if you want me to have a non-contact ejaculation, this is going to be exactly what I need to see right here, folks. 34-27 Bills come up short. Oh, no. Never mind. Which leads to the start of a Super Bowl run. As much as it would pain me at first to lose and to deal with all of the trolling that I have subjected myself into receiving if I am wrong, it would be beautiful, wouldn't it? Like, wouldn't that be the greatest story ever told if that was the case? That would just be going absolutely nuts. Cole Bishop, INT on Sunday. We have Bobby coming in. Please don't leave the game in Bass's hands. We have Michael. Smash that like button. Dude, Mike is the man, bro. That's my guy over here. Only thing I'm worried about this Sunday is losing this dual autograph mini helmet to Dan if Buffalo Bills win. Pugsley. Pugsley, man. I would like that. I am a Cardinals fan. Joe just comes in, man. He, zero foreplay, folks. He's rolling in here, and he's bite the pillow, baby daddy's coming in dry type situation. You know what I mean? I like that. He's telling us that he's a Cardinals fan. He just rolls on in. He wants it to be known. Hey, man, listen, shout out to Kyler Murray. He's been having a damn year. Maria, hi there. I just watched Gruden. He picked the Buffalo Bills. I like John Gruden. Thank you, John Gruden. He's feeling nicey about the Buffalo Bills. Am I right? Hope we win so Allen can solidify himself as the clear winner of a well-earned MVP. I agree. Jordan Smith, I would feel more comfortable with Tyler Bass at the point in that defense. LeBron is saying Bills will end 2-win streak this year. Chris Godwin, Dan, hope all is well. How are you feeling about Sunday? Chris Godwin, man, hope all is well with school and everything along those lines. I know that you're probably on Christmas break as of right now. I sincerely hope that you're enjoying yourself. You're going out to as many happy hours as humanly possible, and you're not thinking about the books at all. I appreciate that, and I commend you, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday break. I'll tell you what, man, I'm nervous, right? Like, we are going up against the number one scoring offense in the NFL, but I always like to remind everybody that they are going up against the second best offense in the NFL. So it spells a shootout, but what does Vegas want to do, folks, right? Vegas is in the business of getting money, all right? And anytime we think it's a shootout, ladies and gentlemen, what does it turn out to be? Like 28-24, perhaps. Something to consider. Barron is saying, Bills can lose out regular season as long as they rally in the playoffs. Barron, that's where his priorities are. We need to have a big road win, in my opinion. It hasn't happened yet. This is the week. Bills won't lose back-to-back games for the second time this season. Katie, love being the underdog this week. Makes me feel a little less anxious. Chris Godwin, yes, sir. Just got back last night. Had to drive through a storm. Well, hey, man, listen, I'll tell you what. I'm glad to see that you ended up making it back home. Go out and enjoy yourself a solid little happy hour later today. Link up with some old high school flames, but wrap it up as well. Wrap it up, dude. Wrap it up, my friend. All right. Safe sex is very important. Is Keon going to be back? Absolutely. Chris Godwin is coming in. Keon and Kincaid are both supposed to be back, right? They have both been listed as full participants for the past 2 days, but yesterday practice was canceled entirely. So I suppose that was just them making a speculation. Yeah, most definitely. Speculation is coming on into this point. I would anticipate that they would be. I hope so, because that would be ideal. We have Ebony in the chat. We thought yesterday would be a shootout, and absolutely look. I know. Listen, I was absolutely pissed off when I watched that game. The fucking audacity of the LA Rams to go out there and put out a fucking stinker right there. 9 points. Are you out of your damn mind? I don't know. We'll see. Exactly. Williams coming in. That's my guy over here. He's coming on in saying, would you rather have us play the Chargers or the Broncos in the wild card round? I mean, both very, very good defenses. I would probably pick the Broncos just because they have a rookie quarterback, right? And I do trust Sean McDermott into making things very confusing for a rookie QB. I got Josh Allen in fantasy. We in round 1 of the playoffs. Well, my friend, hopefully he goes off for you. Rams cared more about showing out for the Bills than the Niners. Absolutely typical. Bobby is saying need pressure somehow without loading the box. We have Dan P is coming in. Bills will burn the clock and win it at the end, just like against Kansas City. Pugsley, how much snow did y'all get? Glad this game isn't in Buffalo this year. Detroit can't play outside. It would have been nice if it was in Buffalo. I'm not going to lie to you. From what I understand quite a bit, I actually live in Florida. I was born in Buffalo, but I live in Florida. I moved on down to the sunny South, my friend. It wasn't my choice. I was like 13 years old, and my parents just moved me down to the South. And then I just never ended up leaving as an adult. So here we are. Justin is coming in saying last night's game were only field goals. Todd Tobin is coming in saying, I take the Chargers over the Broncos. I don't know about that. Harbaugh is the man. Who on the Bills roster do you think will eventually make the final Pro Bowl team? So I'll tell you what, Alexander, I think the Pro Bowl is kind of goofy. So I think it's kind of goofy, to be completely honest with you. It's because it's exclusively based off of fan voting, right? So I think obviously with Josh Allen is going to get a vote. I also think that Khalil Shakir will get some votes. It's funny because Damar Hamlin is actually leading votes right now in Pro Bowl voting, which is absolutely nuts. But we're going to have to see. Chris Godwin, a lot of snow in the South towns of Western New York. Bills fan, I just don't want to see Tyler TNT make fun of us. Jordan Smith, rather play the Broncos with a rookie quarterback as long as we can remember to count to 11 and not 9 and or 12. Benford pick 6 on Sunday in the third quarter. Let's go, Buffalo. We have Chris Godwin. No Bills will play in the Pro Bowl. They will be busy getting ready for the Lions in the playoffs. Ebony is saying, I still want that number 1 seed, but it's not looking good for us. We would need a miracle, right? Like we would need Jameis Winston to go out there and pull out a damn miracle next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. Could it happen? Perhaps. And then, so they also play the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is something to consider. But shout out Common Sense Sports for providing this absolute beauty. Bills get gashed in the run game, but Allen throws 4 touchdowns. Bills win 34-24. Oh, my God. Jeremy, I'm fine with that. Listen, I need this sort of positivity. Bills have a 70-yard plus pick 6. I said piss 6. Interesting. Hot take. 2 on the top scoring teams will end up being a low scoring game. 17-14. Bills win by a field goal. Jack Frost. I think we just teased that in this episode. In this very episode, we teased, listen, strong possibility that this Buffalo Bills team could potentially, and this Lions team, 2 high-scoring offenses, have an absolutely terrible situation. Bills D is hurting at safety and undermanned up front. Smilano is a shell of his former self, and the Detroit offensive line will ground and pound our base prevent. Goff will hit quick passes at will. It's physics, man. Josh can keep it closer than it should be, but Lions win 38-31. Coles, man, he's given up on our squad, boys. He's given up on our squad. I pray that you were wrong, but it's not completely out of the picture. Cook goes wild, 105 yards, rushing 2 touchdowns. Allen tosses another two touchdowns, 28-24, Buffalo. Deep fur ball. Buffalo dominates, 4 turnovers created, and Josh throws 400, 4 touchdowns, and cements his MVP. Deep fur ball, I like that one a lot. I like that one a lot. Kirby Joseph goes for Josh's knees like he always does, and Josh hurdles him. Damn! That's what I'm talking about. It's been about time for Josh Allen to have a damn hurdle, all right? I've been waiting for it. I bet you Tua, so we'll get more votes from fans than Allen and Pro Bowl votes. And the Tuaneers are crazy with voting for Tua. They certainly are. They certainly are. I don't care if the Bills win 2-0. I will take it. Just give us an absolute dub. Rams 49ers was probably top 5 worst games I've seen in my life, all sports included. Thanks for putting up 44 on us, fucking assholes. That's what I'm talking about. Couldn't have saved anything more interesting. Crazy how if the Lions lose this weekend and Vikings continue to win, week 18 between the Lions and the Vikings could move the Lions from the 1 seed all the way to the 5 seed. Very interesting. Josh, eight touchdowns. Josh is coming on in. That would be insane. No hurdles for Josh. We have the playoffs soon. Benjamin is saying, I'm scared of Kirby Joseph. I feel like a lot of us are. Okay, we have Rocket Arm Paperboys coming in saying Amik Robertson clamps Shakir and has a pick 6. Interesting. All right. Bills defense will allow Detroit to score over 50. John is not feeling good about this Buffalo Bills team. And do you really need help with hot takes, quote unquote? Andy, yes, I do, my friend. I stream twice a day, my dog. Listen, I'm a creative dude, but sometimes I need to talk to my people. Andrew Belts. Damn, homie. Jonah's coming in. Josh Allen and Jared Goff get injured, but then David Montgomery plays quarterback and the Lions win 13-7. That is very obscure. I pray that is not the case for either team, especially with the playoffs being so close. That's pretty wild, not going to lie. And do you think Josh Allen will rush in for a touchdown against Detroit, trying to put a parlay together? Yes, I do think he will. More than likely a tush push, say that I had to guess. Chris Godwin, can you show us the matchup on PFF against the Lions? Chris Godwin, absolutely, my friend. Absolutely. Let's go ahead and take a look. Buffalo Bills, PFF. Let's take a look. Let me show you what we got over here, bro. All right, so this is where we got. I'm going to go ahead and put the Detroit Lions. Where them Detroit Lions, baby? There you go. All right. This is what we're looking at right here. Okay. So we have Cooper against Terrion Arnold. And then I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to put okay. So regardless, with Khalil Shakir, he's going to be lined up against Amik Robertson. So they're not typically going to be going out there and throwing out a 4-3 sort of defense, right? It's going to be nickel, especially since we're going to be having a slot receiver out there. So we can go on ahead and just get rid of Quan Alexander for the most part, and then put Amik Robertson out there in the first place, or maybe even Ezekiel Turner. Who knows at this point? But Shakir and Amik Robertson, we have Cooper and Terrion Arnold, and we have Keon Coleman versus Carlton Davis, who I think is not a favorable matchup against us. We have Dalton Kincaid as well. He's going to be going up against Jack Campbell. His coverage grade is about 69, and then Turner is about 66. So I'd say a relatively formidable matchups. Somewhat decent at 73.9, solid route runner. So that's basically what we're going to be looking at, my friend. That's the matchups, dog. That's the matchups. We have Jordan Smith. KC can lose 2. Pittsburgh, Denver, Houston, and Chargers are all possibilities based on how they have playing recently against the Raiders, Panthers, and or the Chargers. We have Hazardous is coming in saying, I thought KC had some pretty hard games ahead. Don't they have like 4? They certainly do. Connor, go Bills. Go Bills, Connor. Damn right, Connor. If Jameis doesn't throw a pick 6, if Cleveland gets to the 24, they end up winning. Steelers is coming in. Brent, Dan, what do you think the Bills defense needs to do to be more consistent out there? So, Brent, so I'll be completely honest with you, man. I've said this a couple of times this week, so I apologize for anybody that may have heard this again, but I love this take, and I will say it as much as I damn please, all right? I think, my friend, that last week's game plan was the perfect game plan against the LA Rams, but we just unfortunately went up against a quarterback who is deadly against zone coverage, right? I think that if we put together a very similar game plan where we focus on taking the run away and we trust our corners to go shot for shot with their wide receivers, I don't think Jared Goff has the same ability against zone coverage as Matthew Stafford does, right? So I think what needs to happen is we need to be able to generate those turnovers, and we have for the vast majority of the season, with the exception of last week, have to turn the football over, and we have to pick our poison. And in my opinion, I think the poison we need to go on ahead and choose is their run game. Because while Jared Goff's numbers have certainly been impressive, he doesn't throw the ball that often. Like, this team is bottom 5 in the league for overall pass attempts. They love to run the football. Make Jared Goff throw the football a hell of a lot more than he needs to. And for the love of God, take that damn ball away. Take that damn ball away. Let me get this charger real fast for the people. Let me get this charger real fast for the people, man. We got some good things up in here. So you do not want to play the nickel against Detroit, so they do not pass that much and will run the ball a lot and do a pass defense, zone it up, play underneath for the pass. So the thing is that, like, so there's no way that, like, we're gonna take, especially like with with the Taron Johnson off the field. So that's the thing. Like, we've like very rarely do 4-3 because we don't want to take Taron Johnson off of the field. I mean, with nickel, like, that basically invites the run. So I have a feeling that, yeah, I don't know. So maybe he's going out there and he's baiting them, and we're gonna have to see. I love that the general consensus as of now, oh shit, is that the Chiefs will not lose 2 games, even though that they have 3 straight against current playoff teams. I think they're in for a rude awakening. I would absolutely love that, bar none. Defense at mismatch against the Lions. Talk to me. This would be a perfect time for our defense to stop the run and get pressure with our banged up secondary. We have Jordan S. Is Rasul Douglas going to play? It's not looking good, Jordan. It is certainly not looking good. He has a pretty significant knee injury. My boy. What's up, Sean? How you doing? This would be a good game to run 4-3 defensive scheme. We need fast linebackers on the field to help cover the Lions running back, and Taron Johnson is hurt. We have Pugsley Parr, who covers Sam Laporta. Hopefully Matt Milano and not the ghost of Matt Milano. Please, Matt Milano, please go out there and show that you still have a little bit of gas in the tank. You know, I feel like all Bills fans want to see that. Oliver Jones, Epinesa Rousseau, Von Miller need to step up. I agree. Particularly Daquan Jones. He is the key as into why this defense has been struggling in the first place, if you were to ask me. Buffalo Wings, I want to see number 23 on the field. Make it happen. We have NBA 2K, off topic, but how do you think we match up against the Steelers if we play them in the Super Bowl? It would definitely be a dogfight, man. Solid defense, great pass rusher, and TJ Watt. We're just going to have to see. Taron is not hurt. We have Chiefs have plot armor. Ed Oliver hasn't made the impact we were hoping so far this year. Maybe he breaks out this game. And listen, it's not even so much Ed Oliver, man. It's Jones not doing his job efficiently. If Jones was out there gobbling up double teams, then our guy, Ed Oliver, would be doing a hell of a lot more. I'm pretty sure Sean, who's Red, White, and Bills in the chat, pointed out that Ed Oliver is currently second on this team for overall pressures. And if he's not getting to the quarterback in time, that tells you that your one-tech defensive tackle is quite simply just not doing their job. So I think this whole Ed Oliver isn't doing well is sort of inflated, in my opinion. Therese, okay, would you rather go against the Ravens or the Steelers in the playoffs? Ravens, again. Because I think that we can get that defense going. I think we can get that defense moving. Shakir has a day. We have Jersey Girl 20 is coming in predicting that. Bills win in a horrible offensive game by both teams, 13-9. Dalton Kincaid legacy game. Josh Allen hurdles somebody. Ray Davis goes for 100 all-purpose yards. Jack Mehoff. Shout out Jack Mehoff, dude. That's my dude right there. Shout out Jack Mehoff, bro. Shout out to that dude. Hey, you know what, dude? I'll tell you what. Low-key, I kind of want to get into some conversations real fast. Let me shout out to my boy real fast. Kevin. Let me see Kevin. Trying to hop in and talk some ball. Kev, roll on in, baby. Roll on in, man. Let's go on ahead and see what's up. We have 59 minutes, folks. Smash that like button, as Mike ended up saying, okay, folks? We only have 30 more like buttons that need to be hit. Guys, listen, I am live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. EST and 5:15 p.m. EST. So do me a favor. If you vibe with this style of content where I make you guys a part of the show, I talk to the chat on a regular basis. If you like this style of content, please do me a favor. Just hit that like button. Helps me out tremendously. As many of you know, I have some pretty lofty goals of reaching 40,000 subscribers by the end of the NFL season. So certainly go on ahead and knock that out. And shout out my guy, Todd, for coming in and becoming a YouTube member to the channel. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for coming on in. So it's more of a Daquan Jones problem than an Ed Oliver problem. That is what I have been gathering. I think this game will be a defensive game, a lot of 3 and outs. Mark is coming in saying Kevin is the man. I just ended up hitting up Kevin, see if he wants to roll on in and then make it happen. And Mike Green ends up putting this out here too, folks. If you enjoy this sort of sports talk, all right, and you enjoy the community that we have been building in this chat, certainly go on ahead and join our Discord, okay? We talk a lot about a lot of things ball, and the conversation never stops over on the Dan Mitchell Discord. So certainly go on ahead and get a part of that community. Watch out for those drones, Jersey girl. That's what I'm talking about. What the hell are them drones doing out in Jersey? All right. If there was going to be an alien invasion, why did they choose New Jersey? All right. Why did they choose New Jersey? Absolutely insane. I don't know what you think, but I'd rather we beat the best teams on our way to win the Super Bowl. I suppose for bragging rights, it would be good, but for my cardiac health and my blood pressure, perhaps not the best. Kind of where I'm like leaning toward at this point. Bills fan here, but we are about to shock the NFL world. If we hold Montgomery and Gibbs down, then we will have a field day. I am not going to lie. Who is your biggest surprise player from this year's team? Jordan Smith. It's a great question. Funny enough, Damar Hamlin. Has been my biggest surprise, right? Like, I was always on the table being like, why the hell does he still have a roster spot? And the fact that he beat out Mike Williams, the safety, and the fact that he has improved significantly in overall pass coverage, still pretty good in run defense. He kind of has, like, I'd say, taken a step back. He's probably been the most impressive as far as a player that I was not anticipating was going to do much of anything this year, to be completely honest with you. So I'd probably have to tip my cap to DeMar for like being above average rather than being below average. I'm not saying he's elite, but I am saying that he ultimately is above average, where I was thinking he was about to be, I'd say, borderline doo-doo trash. So I was wrong. And yeah, I think that would probably have to be my surprise player of the year. We have Pugsley coming in saying, how do I become a member? I want to be a member. Pugsley, I'm going to tell you what, man. Listen, you know what? How you do it is just hit that join button, okay? I'm pretty sure you get some pretty solid emojis. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, most definitely. You will notice a join button at the bottom of this screen. Just go ahead and hit that and select whatever you want. But listen, guys, I do not require this. And the only thing that I require is that you guys smash that like button and tune in every single day, because I love talking to my people about a little football on a regular basis. Joining the memberships are quite simply just something additional at the end of the day. And you know what? I completely forgot about this, but obviously I need to give this a shout out. I need to go on ahead and I need to just be better about doing this and letting you guys know about some of the merchandise we have over on Roundtable Sports. But folks, listen, we actually ultimately ended up releasing our division championship shirts. 5-time division championship t-shirts are currently live on roundtablesports.shop right now for the Buffalo Bills right over here, right? We have hoodies as well. We have a Josh Allen hoodie. It's a solid little picture of our QB1, our QB1 right here, folks. This is the design right here. We have our guy, 5-time. If you want to go on ahead and show a little bit of love and you want to cop yourself some merch, highly recommend you do that. Link is in the description if you want to go on ahead and check that out. And then for the Lions fans watching this as well, we actually have some really cool Lions gear that I think you guys are going to enjoy. Let me see what else we got here. We have NFC North right over here. Let's go ahead and check this bad boy out real fast. All right, so we have the NFC North roundtable, but I want to show you what I really like here. We're going to go sort by new to old. Let's do that. All right, So we have, watch this, Goff St. Brown 2024. Goff St. Brown 2024. We have campaign merch for each and every single squad from the NFC North right over here. And if, for example, that you guys ultimately end up winning the NFC North, we are going to come up with a really, really cool design for you guys as well. Okay. For an NFC North championship shirt and more and merchandise at the end of the day. We have Pugsley saying, I don't see a join button. So what I would do, Pugsley, I'm not sure if you are watching on your phone right now, but I think that if you minimize the live chat, it should appear. It should appear if that was the case. But again, guys, listen, if you are interested, I highly recommend that you check out some of the new campaign merch. Well, no, excuse me. The championship AFC East merchandise that was just released on the Roundtable Sports Shop. I think you'll like that. And then also we have a Tupac Shakir shirt, which is really sick. Shout out to my boy Edic for designing this bad boy. Absolutely insane. If anybody wants to go on ahead and cop themselves one, solid little Christmas gift for anybody that wants to get down and dirty, if you know what I mean. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I mean? Anyway, Smiley is coming in saying, Pugsley, close the chat out. Look at that. Let me see. Jordan, that is crazy. And I never expected that from Mac. I just thought he was going to be a special teamer. Mac Hollins was also one as well. Yeah, I'd say it's between Mac Hollins and I think it's also between Tamar Hamlin. 34-24 Lions. Bills 34, Lions 24. BC, a Rams fan, came in. He did his thing after that exhilarating sort of conversation. I just joined, Dan. So sorry if you already answered this. What's up with our safeties? Rapp and Hamlin were both on the injury report. Will either of them play? Do we see Bishop and Lewis? Do they elevate Micah? Here's the deal. Okay. I have a feeling both of them do not play. And then I think our starting safeties are going to be Micah Hyde, who will be elevated from the practice squad at free safety. And I think Cole Bishop will be the starter at the strong safety position. Hopefully both of them are ready because we have Micah Hyde, who I have all of the faith and all of the respect in the world for, but he's old, dude. He's 33, 34. He's my age, dude. He's my age, right? And that's not necessarily like clean or so ideal football playing conditions, if you know what I mean. And Cole Bishop, he's still a rookie, right? Like last time he was out there for any sort of meaningful snap, he ended up getting absolutely cooked by Nico Collins at the end of the day. So I wonder where his confidence is. But yeah, most definitely, man. I have a feeling that it's going to be Micah Hyde and Cole Bishop out there, free safety, strong safety. And hopefully we have ourselves a damn good game. Dan, who is your favorite player on the Buffalo Bills? Chris Godwin is coming on in. So I'm not going to say Josh Allen because that is a cop out. And so I feel like that's everybody's favorite player. And obviously he is my favorite player, but like my favorite player outside of Josh Allen is Christian Benford. He is my favorite player. Was Matt Milano for quite some time, but I am a Christian Benford believer. I think he is a top 5 corner in this league. He continues to prove that week in and week out. So I'd say Christian Benford is probably number 2 for me right now. Pugsley is saying, don't see it. I must be blind. Pugsley is what it is, my friend. Hey, dude, listen, once this is over, say that you ever end up seeing a join button. That's all that matters. And again, and the only thing that really matters to me is that you are such a regular viewer on my episode, on my shows. And that is enough for me, my friend. Listen, okay? Super chats and then also joining and becoming a member are just going above and beyond, my friend. Watching me, liking this video, talking to me about a little football here and there is all I ask from my people. And I appreciate that, man. That is what we are looking for. Mike Green, let's go. We only need 13 more likes. Don't be scared of that button. Smash it and help your boy Dan out. Folks, smash that like button. I guarantee you, out of 245 of you watching, 118 of you on YouTube, 126 of you on X, I promise you, I absolutely promise you that at least 13 of you have not hit that like button. Go on ahead and minimize that chat. Smash that thumbs up sign. Let's cross 100 likes. I know that we can get there, baby. I know that we can get there. Pugsley, it's next to the notification icon. Smiley 716. He's trying to go on ahead. He's trying to show him a little bit of love and then make that happen, baby. We got some things. We got some things. Let me see. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Okay, someone sent me a voice message. Let me see. Damn. We here, baby. We here. Hey, 9 more like buttons. Let's make it happen. We got Mike Green. Let's go. And we only need 9 more. What is going on? 9 more right here. Let's go. What's up? How you doing? All right, listen, I'm actually curious and to see if any Bills news has come out as of late. Nothing yet. Second favorite player is probably Shakir. He's probably up there as well. Let me go ahead and tell Kevin that I'm good actually. Hey, bro. I'm going to hop off maybe later this afternoon if you're down. Perfect. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of Dom Mafia Live. I'm going to be live a little later this afternoon, obviously, for my late stream where I'm hopefully going to be unpacking the final injury report for the Buffalo Bills and the Detroit Lions. And also remember that I am always live over on BetUS TV's The Huddle on the BetUS TV channel. That is our NFL show with myself, Richie, and TD Fins Talk. We hash it out, talk a lot of ball. So certainly go on ahead, come on over and watch me at 3 p.m. EST as well. I love each and every single one of you. I honestly wouldn't be able to do this as a full-time career without each and every single one of you always coming on in and showing your love and your support. And I look forward to catching up with you later. See y'all soon. Peace.